Welcome back to another demo video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to sew side 2 of the mini zipper pouch. First, you have your side 1, which already has a top stitch, and then you have your side 2, which is your solid color of fabric, as well as your patterned piece. As a reminder, your right sides always go together. So when we go to line this up, you're going to take the right side of your side 1 of your zipper pouch, and you're going to line up the top edge of the zipper with the top edge of the fabric. So see how all of these pieces of fabric line up? Again, I'm going to leave a little bit extra of the zipper over to the side so that way that can eventually be tucked inside the bag. I'm also going to double check to make sure that my top stitch is not in the way. Now I am going to pin this in place with a sewing clip, making sure that I get all 3 pieces of fabric. And that's how you clip together side 1. You'll notice that if you flip it over and look at how you're going to be sewing it, you can still unzip it and have 2 separate flaps of fabric. If you cannot open it with the 2 separate flaps of fabric, then you've pinned it wrong and you need to start over. This is super important because if you sew it incorrectly, you will need to start over your entire project. Now, when we're going to put this side in the machine, I'm going to remove my first sewing clip just because it's very close to where I'm going to end up sewing. And I'm going to go ahead and unzip my zipper and line up this top edge of the zipper with the top edge of my fabric. This is to prevent me from accidentally hitting the head of the zipper with my needle and breaking the needle. You can also see the 3 pieces of fabric I'm going to end up sewing together. I've got 1 piece of my zipper, 1 patterned piece of fabric, and 1 solid color. If you have any more than that, you've done something incorrectly and you need to go back to the pinning step. I'm gonna make sure that everything is lined up. And then I'm going to go ahead and put it in the machine with my presser foot down. Being very careful again to not accidentally sew the head or the teeth of the zipper. Now I'm going to sew forward very slowly, and I'm going to backstitch all the way to the edge of the fabric and sewing forward again. If it ends up not being perfectly straight, that's okay, because eventually you are going to end up hiding this with your top stitch. Now that I'm getting close to the head of the zipper, I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to close my zipper so it goes all the way past where I'm sewing. And again, I've already put my needle down in the fabric, so there is no worry of me accidentally losing my place. I'm going to continue to sew forward, making sure to continuously get all 3 pieces of fabric. I'm going to remove the sewing clip that I'm coming up to, and I'm going to continue to sew forward. Once I get to the very edge, I'm going to backstitch, and then sew forward again, take it out of the machine, and then cut off my loose threads, and I'll show you the finished product. This is what it's going to look like when you're done sewing side 2. You can see my back stitch on this side. There we go. And you can see my back stitch on this side. When I flip it on the inside, or technically this will be the outside, I can unzip my zipper pouch and have 2 separate flaps of fabric. If you only have 1 or you've accidentally sewed it shut, you need to start over and seam rip side 2. This is what it's going to look like when you lay it on the table, and in the next video, I'll show you how to do top stitch side 2. Thank you for watching.